Welcome back, athletes, otakus, and spectators. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I hope you enjoyed watching tons of anime and endlessly gaming and eating snacks. I would also hope that some of you actually went outside as well, considering how great running is for you after all. I have a lot to say about this 10th episode. It was totally not what I expected, but that was in the best way possible, to put it straight. Although I was scared for Haiji at first with the way 9 ended, you all saw how this episode went. It was one of the best installments of the season so far. We saw some excellent character development and outcomes of what it means to work hard and bust your ass. So I'll jump right into this excellent story arc right now so you can all see why Our Speed really tugged at my heartstrings in a positive, empowering, and uplifting way. The episode opens up with a scene where a doctor is taking a look at Haiji and everybody is shitting their pants, including the dog, as shown right outside the dorm. However, after a suspenseful and nervous wait, as it turns out, there's nothing really much wrong with Haiji. He's just overworked as hell from all the great things he's been doing for the team. He was so damn tired that he collapsed and fell asleep. He fell asleep so hard that his body just sort of rebooted and went into sleep mode. The boys are extremely relieved. They could not believe what happened to Haiji. They also sort of felt bad because they feel like they all had a part as to why Haiji felt so tired and burnt out. So naturally, they feel like they should do something about it. The landlord is actually seen praying in front of Haiji as he sleeps, which is sort of creepy yet sort of heartwarming at the same time. I'm still kind of wondering if there's some sort of past between him and Haiji. After all, Yuki did call him coach, so I'm just wondering, who is this guy? What sort of past did he have? What did he used to do? I sort of hope that we find out more about this guy. The guys discuss how they can defuse all of Haiji's hard work since they're all concerned about him. Haiji, after all, is their supervisor, their manager, their coach, their dorm leader, and of course their very good friend. He's a fatherly figure to them. They all decide they will take turns cooking, cleaning, and all sorts of stuff around the house. Kakeru and Prince both argue about who is actually causing more worry for Haiji, and you will see what happens in this episode that they both turn that negative feeling around tenfold. Prince is seen yet again on his treadmill walking, but at a faster pace, which is very uplifting to see. He seems to be making some serious progress, needless to say. Despite that, Kakeru still believes that he is either not working hard enough or he's not fast enough in general. With Haiji out of commission temporarily, not only are the guys discussing who should cook and clean and so on and so forth, they also discuss who should be the substitute captain or coach. Will it be Yuki? No, he refuses. Will it be Prince? Absolutely not, for he refuses in the most JoJo way possible. Will it be King? Well, he wasn't asked. Kakeru, however, despite his recent scandal, just may, be up for the task. He may not and will not be gentle, though. It excites the boys. After waking up from his mini-coma, Haiji tries to find a way to escape his room, his prison, his rest that he doesn't seem to want. Kakeru is running with Prince, who is kicking Prince's ass behind him, and this is an incredible sight to behold. Just a week or so ago, Prince and Kakeru were at the center of a very dramatic mishap. As Haiji slumbers, the guys struggle to cook food and provide for the family that is the Kansei U track and field team, while Kakeru works on his project with Prince. With all that going on, even Hana wants to do her part to contribute to the adversity that fell into their laps. Is she a good cook? Apparently she is not, for the guys all suffer from dramatic food poisoning, runs, no pun intended, and emergency trips to the men's room to bow down to the porcelain altar. Apparently, Haiji managed to break out of prison via his first floor window, one of the most obvious things that his captors could have, would have, and should have noticed. The single-person search party Kakeru finds Haiji right in the neighborhood, and they enjoy a nice little talk together. Topics of this bench warming in the park include Haiji's health, the small matter of them just now realizing how Prince's running form isn't working out for him too well, and how Kakeru moves pretty fast. If he doesn't stop and take a look at his teammates behind him once in a while, he might miss them. In actuality, though, it is pretty damn important that Kakeru gets his head out of his ass. That way he can be a good friend, a good teammate, and an all-around good human being. Kakeru is fast and talented and all, but Prince needs his help. I mean, look at his running form, man. Look at it. Look at it. Kakeru, the tsundere edgelord, asks Prince what type of shoujo rom-com manga he should be reading with him. I mean, they do have to kiss and make up somehow, huh? Just as Kakeru starts to get into these rom-com comics, he looks at Prince and Brain Blast! Next thing you know, Kakeru went from being the excruciating death of Prince's self-esteem to the single greatest thing that has ever happened to him, and this is for real. Kakeru runs backwards in front of Prince until Prince is running like he isn't under the influence of 12 illegal substances. Prince realizes all of a sudden that his hair bangs aren't helping him out too much, so he ties it down, and he pulls this look off, man. I always sort of looked at Prince, and it was like, that's Hozumi Kohinata from Prince's Stride Alternative. Look at this bishōnen. He'll be shaking off the fujoshis and otome girls in no time. To be extremely frank, this scene made me so goddamn happy I wanted to tear up. And even though everyone was giving Prince shit for running the way he did, they see the sheer willpower of Prince, they see the absolute groundbreaking growth and maturity and change in personality and mindset of Kakeru Kurahara, and it is truly a blessing to say the least. It is truly heartwarming, relieving, and energizing to see these two guys get along now. I will say, it has been a very long time since I've seen such a beautiful case of character development in a sports anime, or any anime for that matter, in a long time. Prince and Kakeru went from being on awful terms to being some of the closest friends in the group, who run, who eat, and who read together. In this final and most beautiful scene of the show to date, a small time skip brings us to the next track meet, where Kakeru sacrifices so much to ensure that Prince hits the qualifying 10K time in under 30 minutes. He could have easily busted a much faster time, but he holds back to kick Prince's ass into focus. And with willpower, strength, and Kakeru's support, Prince officially qualifies for the Hakone Ekiden. No, I'm not crying. I just have something in my eye, I swear. I think it might have been Hana's cooking, actually. The preview closes up this gorgeous episode with shots of a pretty rainy-looking track meet and ambiguous footage of the guys going about their day. Not sure what's gonna happen, minus the fact that Sakaki is back, so let's just hope his ass gets kicked by the Kanseiyu boys, huh? Again, thank you everyone who tuned in this week to listen to me talk and cry over this show. From here on out, I will do my absolute best to really delve deep into this anime and really get more into it. I also want everyone out there to understand that even though you may be going through hell, you may be going through rough times, even with that, you can and you will do anything as long as you can escape your comfort zone and buck up. The sky is not the limit. Your limits aren't the sky. They are your mind. Only you can stop yourself from quitting and from giving up. So win the weekend, win some money, win some hearts, and win some races, my fellow bros and emotos. If you like my videos and like what I talk about, please be sure to like and subscribe to content of Queen City Otaku. You can follow me on Twitter at RealCLTOtaku to listen and see more of what I have to say and do. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to watch some anime while you run on the treadmill tomorrow morning. See you next week!